Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Friday Football with the Boys. It's week 6. We got our picks and the news of the week. Let's go.
All right, Christopher, what we got this week?
So first up, Ricky Pearsall, he got ruled out for the game. Amarian Hampton versus the Commanders, he got hurt and now he got placed on IR. That's going to be really a big problem for the Chargers because Najee Harris is also out.
So who's their running back this week? Oh, they got that, what's his name? I forget his name.
J.K. Dobbins?
No, he's on the Broncos.
He's on the Broncos. Some guy in that Haskins. I think it's Haskins.
Yeah,
or something
Haskins.
like that. Yeah.
So they're going to be left with their third string running back. Next up, Brock Bowers. He got ruled out for the second straight week.
Mm-hmm.
He's always going to be a big part of their offense. Brock Purdy, he got ruled out versus the Bucs.
Hey, that's not a bad thing. Mac Jones has been slinging the ball around.
Ever since Mac Jones got put in, he haven't lost a game yet. He's 3-0. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Bucky Irving all got ruled out. That's a lot of their best receiver.
That seems like a big deal for the Bucs, but let's see. Godwin's been out most of the year. He only came back last week. Bucky Irving's been out. He was out last week. Evans got hurt last game during the mid-game?
No, he was out last game.
He was out game 2. All right, so they got Ibuka. They got Rashad White's been playing well. Baker Mayfield's been unbelievable. He's one of the favorites for MVP this year so far. I think they'll be just fine with that. And they have a lot of playmakers, a lot of weapons. And we got up and down news.
Yeah. So last week the Giants, they turned the ball over 5 times versus the Saints and lost that game in a pretty big blowout.
After
Saints came back.
After they're up 14-6.
Yeah. Not the best of weeks. But then last night, Thursday Night Football, Giants versus Eagles, the Giants blew out the Eagles, and Jackson Dart looked great. Scatabo had a hat trick, and our offense looked unstoppable.
Even Jalen Hyatt came to play.
Jalen Hyatt actually looked really good. Will Jordan Humphrey had some nice plays.
Spider-Man had a game.
Spider-Man, I think he leads the NFL in sacks with 7 this year.
Does he? Okay,
yeah,
we'll have to check that.
Yeah, he's
Cordell Flatt with the big interception of Jalen Hurts. The Eagles they're a mess.
That was Jalen Hurts' first interception in 305 throws.
Yeah.
And
in
the regular season.
Yes, correct. Eagles are a mess on offense. Saquon, he was doing okay. He was running the ball pretty well, and then they just stopped giving him the ball. Jalen Hurts, he can't do it himself. He can't. They have good receivers, but A.J. Brown is a should be top 10 receiver, but they don't use him. Devonta Smith is a good receiver. Dallas Goedert had a game, but a lot of nothing. They couldn't get it done. They couldn't get in the end zone, and then they squander opportunities, and defense was terrible. Scatabo was laying people out all day.
Yeah.
Who was it? Vaughn and Cooper DeJean got leveled.
Yeah.
That was a statement game by the Giants.
Yeah.
They're gonna be around. They got a good core. They just need to fill in some gaps. Offensive line, maybe a corner, maybe a linebacker or something like that, and they could. The future's looking bright, whereas the Eagles, I think, have peaked and are slowly on the decline.
Yep. There has only been one team that haven't won a game this year, and it is the New York Football Jets.
Jets, Jets. Who's their best quarterback on the roster, Zachy?
That's a pretty tough question, I'd say.
Is Tyrod better, or is Justin Fields better?
I'd say it's Breece Hall, but...
Breece Hall should be quarterback?
like Justin Fields.
You think Justin Fields is slightly better than Tyrod?
Justin Fields is having a great year. He's been doing great, except their team hasn't been doing good.
It's questionable.
He's running the ball really well.
It's questionable.
Garrett Wilson's
having a
good year.
Yep.
But before we get on with this, I'd like to say the people of Philadelphia, you guys had quite a night last night. Eagles get blown out. The Phillies lose in a brutal ending of that game in the 11th inning by their own stupidity. And the Flyers lost too. So 0 for 3. Sixers up next. Titans against the Cardinals. Zachy, how'd that game go down?
I did not like it because the running back,
Me either.
he dropped the ball at the 1 yard line and he didn't score it because
Not the first time that's happened this year.
And-
Third time this season somebody's dropped the ball at the 1 and went in through the end zone for a touchback.
And all three of them
And-
were game changing.
yeah, and that is the reason why they lost. Also with some other craziness.
What about the interception that the Cardinals they intercepted Cam
Oh,
Ward? The guy went down, got back up, started running with it, fumbled. It bounced around like the 5 yard line through like 2 or 3 guys. Ended up in the end zone for a touchdown for the Titans.
Yeah, that was a
and
crazy
those
game.
2 plays, it was 21-6 with like I don't know 4 minutes left or something, and the the Titans end up winning that, and the Cardinals knocked all of us, well, most of our entries out of the survivor pool. Got 1 left, but knocked out 3 of our 6 at that point.
Yeah, we don't like Cardinals.
Yes, Cardinals step it up this week. Unless I didn't pick it. Did I pick the Cardinals? We'll find out later.
Oh no, I did.
We'll find out later. All right. What else we got? We said the
Um,
Saints, but Giants. Scatterbo got that. Oh, who else?
Lamar Jackson, he is out for his 2nd straight game. Texans blew out the Ravens last week without Lamar.
Yeah, Cooper Rush did not have a good game. Derrick Henry. Is Derrick Henry old and done?
Yes, he is.
You think he's
I
done?
think this is the end. He's not, besides week 1, he has not been doing good at all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
last
They just
year.
have to give him the ball. They're not giving him the ball enough.
Yeah, there's a few teams that their stud running backs just aren't getting the ball enough, which is it's weird. I don't know. We'll see. There's always some weird starts to the season, but we're into week 6 now, so we're into the heart of the season. So we should start to figure out who the better teams are, who the bad teams are, and go from there. Oh, there was a big trade this week too. What was the trade this week?
Wait, was it the Greg Newsom one?
I don't care about that one.
Oh.
No, Joe Flacco.
Oh yeah,
Joe Flacco is now the starting quarterback of that too. Joe Flacco is now the starting quarterback for the Bengals. Been there for 4 days. Well, will be there for 4 days when the game starts. But yeah, they've had enough of Jake Browning, and Dylan Gabriel's shown them enough that they said, all right, 40-something-year-old. Oh yeah, it's Flacco against Rodgers this week. The battle of the over 40 quarterbacks.
Oh, that's gonna be a game.
That'll be a game.
Did you know Shador Sanders? He got ruled the 2nd string quarterback for the Browns.
Well, at this point, I don't know who the 3rd string would be.
Mhm.
Probably the coach.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. All right, let's get into the picks. So last night's Eagles-Giants game, Eagles were 7-point favorites. Zachary, sorry, you're on the losing end of this because you stink. You should have picked
No,
the
I
hometown
don't.
G-Men. G-Men not only covered the 7 points, but they won by a mile. That should count as a lot more than 1 point. But, all right, move on to Sunday. Broncos at the Jets. Broncos 7.5-point favorites on the 0-5 Jets. We are all on the Broncos. Christopher is a huge Broncos fan this year. He was all high on them. They haven't done as well as you thought they would, but
Yeah.
you're still on Bo Nix and the Bronx.
Yeah. I just don't think the Jets will get their first win this week, but it will happen eventually, I think. But I just don't see it happening versus arguably the best defense. And yeah, I just think Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton are going to be a deadly duo like they have been for the past 2 years.
You agree, Zachary?
Yeah.
Not this week for the Jets.
And also the Jets just stink in general.
This is true.
So
Sorry, Jet fans. Maybe you get the number 1 pick. Maybe find a quarterback.
Arch Manning's out there.
Arch Manning's playing horrible.
Exactly.
All right, next up we got the Cardinals at the Colts. Colts a huge win last week, 40-6, was it?
It was like 40-something to,
Yeah.
6, I think.
Colts are 7-point favorites against the Cardinals. I know the Cardinals lost last week, and that was a brutal finish. But the Cardinals before last week were playing pretty well. And they've lost John Connor, and they lost Trey Benson, but I don't know. They've just kind of fallen apart. Marvin Harrison's not playing great. Kyler Murray's not playing great. Danny Dimes, me and Christopher on Danny Dimes and the Colts. I like Jonathan Taylor to have a big game this week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think after Jonathan Taylor scored 3 touchdowns last week, I think this is going to be a blowout game because Cardinals, they did just lose to the Titans, which got their first win. So I think there's no chance that the Cardinals are going to win, and it's going to be another back-to-back blowouts for the Colts.
Zachy, you think DeMercado is going to make up for the fumble and keep it close against the Colts?
Yeah, and Marvin Harrison, I think they're going to get him the ball more this game, and their defense is going to step it up against the Colts.
Okay. All right, let's see. We got the Cowboys at the Panthers. Cowboys 3-point favorites on the road. Christopher and Zachy on Dak and the boys. What do you think, Zachy?
I think the Cowboys will win because did they win last week?
Yeah, they won by a lot.
They
Yeah.
did. They blew out the
Jets.
Yes, the Jets. Sorry. Yeah. Well, everybody blows out the Jets. The Cowboys can score a lot.
I think
Yeah, they've been scoring a lot of points this year.
I think the Cowboys will keep it going for that win and hit George Pickens.
For a big play. When does CeeDee Lamb come back?
I think next week he comes
I think
back.
he's eligible to come back next week if he's healthy.
Yeah.
I'm on the Panthers. I think the Cowboys defense. Everyone knows the Cowboys defense is horrible. One of the worst in the league. Everyone they made Russell Wilson look like a Pro Bowl player, and we know who Russell Wilson is.
Mm-hmm.
Threw the ball in the dirt last night with nobody in his face for that one play. The Panthers are starting to click a little bit, and that was even without Chuba Hubbard. I think Bryce Young is not great, but I think he has a connection with Ted McMillan, and I think they're going to keep it close with the Cowboys at home. The Cowboys are vulnerable. Dak could throw the ball up in the air. Maybe they could get a pick there somewhere. Or Javonte. Is he really that good?
No.
This is his first really good year of his career, so they got to come back down to earth a little bit. They're going to allow a lot of points like every week. I think the Panthers keep it close. Maybe a little upset here. Help out the Giants and the NFC East.
Yep.
All right, we got the Rams at the Ravens. Rams 7.5-point favorites with no Lamar. Zachary is the only one on Team Ravens. You're a big Cooper Rush fan? You want his jersey?
No.
No?
I think the Ravens, they're not that bad of a team still. They have Zay Flowers, they have Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense has been a lot worse than we all thought it would.
Correct.
With adding Jair Alexander, who's been quiet this year.
They've had some injuries on defense, so hopefully they get a couple guys back this week, right?
Yeah, their defense is really banged up.
But I think they're gonna win this game.
Win it? Okay, it's 7.5 points. That's a lot for an away game with the Rams coming across to Baltimore. But I don't know. The Rams, outside that blow up that they lost against the Eagles, which they should have beat. Puka has been on fire. Kyron Williams having a good year. Matthew Stafford having another good year.
Home?
They're in Baltimore.
You just said it's Rams home.
No, they're traveling to Baltimore. I think the Rams are gonna. The Ravens, they need Lamar. He's the center of their offense. Their defense is not their strength anymore. It used to be for years and years. Their offense is the strength. Their run game is the strength, and they're getting old. And without Lamar, I think they're done. Browns at the Steelers next. Battle of the over 40 quarterbacks. Steelers.
3.5.
3.5-point favorites. I am on team. I was going to say never mind. It's not over 40 because the Browns don't have Flacco anymore. I said this before he got traded.
Oh, I meant to change my pick.
Nah.
Oh, dang it. I wanted to pick the Browns that game.
No. It's Dylan Gabriel. He did well last week. I think he has some upside. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. Jalen Warren is back, so no Gainwell this week. Well, he'll be back up.
I wish
but
he was back.
What?
Gainwell, because
He's
he had a good game last
Well, he's
week.
still there. He's healthy. He's playing. He's not going to be the starter, but you like the Steelers, so
Mhm.
you like Rodgers?
Yeah.
You like
he's
DK
fine.
Metcalf?
Uh,
Okay. What do you think, Christopher?
I think the Steelers are gonna win because
Okay.
last game Rodgers and DK were a really good duo. DK had that 80-something yard touchdown early in that game, and I just think their defense is gonna step up. I think it's probably the battle of the best defenses because Browns have arguably the best defense. Steelers, they've been stepping it up
I
recently.
thought you said the Broncos had the best defense.
They're up there too, but I think those three are the top three
The
defenses.
Steelers have some horrible games on defense first couple games. I know they're supposed to have a good defense, but they've stepped
They've
up
been
a little bit.
stepping up though.
All right. I don't know. It's Browns Steelers games are always very tight. And all four teams in that division when they play each other are always close games. No matter how good or bad each team is, they're always close. 3.5. I don't know. It's not a big spread, but I don't know. I think it could be a 3-point game. That's why I went Browns. All right.
That's gonna be it for me tonight. Bye.
All right, Zachary. We'll see you next week. I'll still talk about your picks though. All right. All right. We got Chargers at Dolphins. We're all Chargers 4.5-point favorites. We are all on the Chargers to bounce back after they lost the Giants and haven't been looking as good as they started the season out to be. The Dolphins they're not very good.
They just lost to the Panthers in a 17-point comeback, and the Dolphins just have not done anything right this year, except for beating the Jets.
Tyreek's leg is still facing the other direction. Achane is the only real positive for the Giants. He's having a good year.
For the Giants.
What?
You said for the Giants.
So Dolphins. Achane.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. He's not on the Giants. I know that. All right, but I think Justin Herbert and and they got plenty of receivers. McConkey's been a little quiet for my fantasy team. Quentin Johnson's having a pretty good year. Keenan Allen having a pretty good season so far. I think they'll be fine against the Dolphins. 4.5 points. They're on the road, but Chargers are the much better team, so I think they will pull that out pretty easily. Patriots at the Saints. Patriots 3.5-point favorites on the road. We are all on Drake May and the Patriots. Patriots they're decent this year. They're making things close. They're winning games. They're up and coming.
If the season ended today, they would make the playoffs. So after beating the Bills in a tight game last week, they looked really good that game.
We didn't talk about that game. That was
a
back and forth game. That's another division. Those teams tend to play each other very tight, especially the Bills and Patriots.
Stephon Diggs in his revenge game had a really good game actually. He had, I think, over 100 yards that game, and if they keep giving him the ball, they'll end up being a pretty good team this year.
Yeah, Josh Allen, he made some mistakes. That was not one of his best games. They kind of blew that one. They had opportunities, plenty of opportunities, just couldn't get it done. But the Saints, they played good enough to win against the Giants. The Giants made too many mistakes. Yes, the Saints won the game, but the Giants fumbled the ball way too much. Jackson Dart had a couple interceptions, and it was. But the Saints, they need help on all sides of the ball. They're not going to win too many games. They'll probably win, I don't know,
maybe
3, 4,
4,
something like that. But
yeah.
We'll see. Not this week. I think the Patriots are the better team. They'll get it done. Seahawks at the Jags. This could be a really good game.
Yeah. This can go anyway.
Jags 1.5-point favorites at home. I am on the Jags. They had a big win last week. That
Mhm.
was, well, they somehow won that game, even though Trevor Lawrence fell down 2 times on the final play of, turned out to be basically the final play of the game to run it in for a touchdown himself for the win. He's been playing better. ETN has run the ball well.
Oh yeah, he's having a great year.
Brian Thomas Jr. is not even really doing much, but they're still
He's been quiet.
They're still winning. Are Jags in first place in the division right now?
Tied with the Colts.
Yes, tied with the Colts. But yeah, Jags are a surprise team of the year. They're playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But you like the Seahawks, who are also playing pretty decently.
Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold and JSN have been a really good duo. Almost beat the Bucks last week. They scored 35 points. Still ended up losing, but Bucks, one of the best teams this year, so that was a good game. But I just think the Seahawks are the better overall team than the Jags. I think their defense is better, and I think they have better receivers. I think it's going to come down to the final drive.
Yeah, I agree. I think the last one with the ball wins it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a game-winning field goal at the buzzer. That should be a really good game. Next, we got the Titans at the Raiders. Christopher, you were Raiders 3.5-point favorites. Titans got a win last week.
Mm-hmm.
You're calling on them to at least keep it within a field goal, or possibly get the upset against the Raiders.
Raiders looked terrible last week.
They did.
Gave up 40 points to the Colts and couldn't even get to double digits. And
I thought that was going to be my upset special of the week. Turned out to be dead wrong on that one.
Mm-hmm. And the Titans, they were really slow in the first 3 quarters, but then I'd say they got a really lucky win, but really, really lucky.
Yes.
You couldn't. The script couldn't have been any.
They didn't win the game. The Cardinals lost the game.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything to win. They picked up a ball in the end zone, and the Cardinals fumbled it into the end zone to give them the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think they're gonna win this game, and I think it's gonna be the upset of the week.
Okay. I know Brock Bowers is out, but I think the Raiders are gonna run the ball a ton with Genty, and I think they're gonna. The Titans, Cam Ward's not very good, and the team isn't very good. I think last week was a fluke, and that might be their only win of the season. So go Raiders. Next up, we got the Bengals at the Packers. Packers 14-point favorites. Zachy changed his pick before. Me and Zachy, we're on the Bengals. We are on Joe Flacco's new team. Joe Flacco thrown to Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, got Chase Brown there. Can he reinvigorate the offense of the Bengals, who've been doing nothing all season?
I don't think so. I mean, on the Browns, he had 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So,
all right.
And the Packers, their defense was really quiet last week. They
were on a bye last. They were very quiet. They were on a bye last week.
The week before versus the Cowboys, they did not look good. But coming off a bye, players getting healthy, and I just think when their team is fully healthy, I think they are one of the best teams, and
they should.
Bengals are not good.
On paper, the Packers should have one of the best teams in the league. I didn't think Micah Parsons was fully healthy the last game they played 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't heard anything since then, so I guess he's all right. But I don't know, 14 points is a lot. 14 points is a lot of points. And the Bengals have a lot of playmakers. They just haven't been able to get them the ball. And the Bengals defense stinks. But I still think 14 is a lot. Hey, Packers, they can win by 13. That's fine. I'll take 13. I'll take the win on the other side there. 49ers at the Bucks. Bucks -3. The Bucks are getting disrespected each week, I feel like. They've been underdogs. They've been low spreads. I'm on the Bucks. You're on the Bucks. Zachary's got the Niners. Baker Mayfield is going to put up a show again against the Niners and their banged up defense. I think the Bucks win this easily. I know Mac Jones is playing well. McCaffrey's doing well.
Juwan Jennings is back.
Jennings is back. But I don't know how they keep winning all these games or keeping it close. I think the Bucks are the much better team, especially with all the injuries. But
Yep. The 49ers have looked like one of the best teams this year. They would definitely make the playoffs if the season ended today. They probably be a top 2 team. They're leading the division.
Imagine if they had Kittle back and Bosa went out for the season. Who else went out for the season?
Well, Ricky Pearsall's out.
Well, Pearsall, he'll be back soon.
What's his name? The receiver, number 1 receiver.
Oh, Ayuk. Ayuk hasn't played
Brandon
yet
Ayuk,
this season.
yeah. If they just had all their players healthy, they would be probably the best team.
And they've lost a couple other key defensive players, so they're just next man up, and they keep on winning. They back up quarterback and back up everybody.
Yeah, but the Bucks are also banged up this week with
That's true.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Bucky out, but they played without Bucky and Evans last game and still won. So why not do it again without one more?
Rachaad White could be a starting running back on a lot of teams. He showed that last year. So I'm not worried about the run game. He's actually a better receiver than Bucky too. So I'm fine with that. Bucks win this game. Lions at the Chiefs. Chiefs 2.5-point favorites. Zachary, of course, is on Team Chiefs, Team Mahomes. They're getting hot at the right time, but we are on the Lions, who are one of the Super Bowl favorites, and they're also not getting as much love as I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the Lions?
Their offense is clicking like never before. Amon-Ra had a great game. They're not giving J-Mo the ball. He's been one of the most quiet receivers this year, and
A lot of people got to eat on that team.
and after the Chiefs had a close game last week and lost, and the Lions had a pretty big win versus the Bengals, I think the Lions are going to continue this winning streak and win versus the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs, they lost a tough one. But they're playing a lot better than they were in the beginning of the season. They're in a little bit of a hole. Sassy, who you got in that game? Sassy's orange, so I think she's closer to the Chiefs than the Lions. All right, we got the Bills at the Falcons next. Bills 4.5-point favorites against Bijan and the Falcons. I'm on the Falcons. You like the Bills a lot this year.
Yeah,
You and Zach are on the Bills.
Really
Why? I know the Bills are playing well, but they lost last week. Do you think the Falcons are better than the Patriots?
No, it's close, but I think the I think the Patriots are better this year.
Ooh, hot take. They got the better quarterback, I know that.
I just think the Bills have sassy. I think the Bills are gonna step it up this week after the tough loss versus the Patriots, and I think James Cook is gonna have a bounce back game.
Hello, Sassy. Goodbye.
And I think Bijan's gonna have a good game, but I think James Cook is gonna have a better game.
Really? All right. I am all about the Falcons this week. Did they have a bye last week?
Yeah, they did.
I feel like they haven't played in like 3 weeks. You haven't heard much about them. Oh, they had an early game to like a 9:30 game, right? The international game.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Okay. Whatever. Well, I think Bijan. I think your boy Kyle Pitts, Drake London. I think they're gonna keep it close. They could put up points against the Bills. I think Bijan is gonna be all over the field. I think he's gonna have 150 plus yards of total offense between receiving and rushing. I don't think they'll be able to stop him. They'll both put up points. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be a 3-point game. Bills probably win, but Falcons keep it close enough to cover the spread. And then our Monday night game is Sassy against everyone. Bears at Commanders. Commanders 4.5-point favorites. We are all on the Bears with the upset there. What do you like about the Bears?
I think they've shown a lot of flashes this year. Caleb looking great, and Sassy, stop. and Roma Dunze looking like one of the best receivers this year.
Let's go.
And Commanders, they had a big win last week versus the Chargers.
That's who they played, yes.
But I think the Bears, they have a better team. I think Caleb will. It's the number 1 overall pick versus the number 2 overall pick. Caleb versus Jaden Daniels. So
True.
I think I just think the Bears are gonna win this game.
And Odunze was in the first round too, right?
Yeah, he was also in the first
He
round.
was a top 10 pick, right? Yeah. Yeah, I like the Bears. Swift, I think, is still a little banged up, but I think he'll be fine. He's definitely going to play. I like the Caleb Williams-Odunze connection there.
Yeah.
DJ Moore is probably not the number 1 anymore. I think Odunze is going to take over that spot.
Yeah, DJ Moore's having a really quiet year. Haven't heard much of his name.
Yeah, no, because Odunze is doing what he was supposed to do, what he was projected to do. He's lighting it up. The Commanders, I wasn't high on the Commanders to start the season, and then with Jaden Daniels going down for a couple games, I didn't trust them, even though Mariota won a game or 2 with them. But I think the Commanders, I know they're one of the older teams in the league. Scary Terry is not playing. That's a big loss for them. They've lost running back. They've lost him. They've lost a couple guys. I think they're definitely banged up. The Bears are healthy. The Bears are ready to go. The Bears are up and coming. Commanders had a hot year last year. I think they're due for a decline. So I think the Bears will win this one game outright against the Commanders. I'm going to pick that as the upset special of the week. Bears taking W there. Those are our picks of the week. For the season, Zachary has taken over first place after 2 big weeks in a row. He's at 500 on the season with the spread. So this is not just wins and losses. This is with the spread. He's at 500, and we are 1 game back. So confident about the picks this week?
I feel really good about this week.
I feel very good every week, and then it's 50-50. Literally 50-50.
Yeah.
So good luck, everybody.
Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you for week 7. Bye.